Welcome to an Australian Outback adventure ride that spans 4,500 kilometres over 8 days and sees three strangers who share the same passion for adventure riding forge lifelong memories and friendships. This adventure ride is riddled with first-time exploration, adversity, and for me as an individual, moments of rediscovery and self-reflection. The ride traverses the landscapes from Sydney to Broken Hill and then up north along the Dingo fence to Cameron's Corner. We then head into South Australia and ride to and through the Gammon and Flinders Ranges, which alone is a trip in itself. Our ride takes us back east to Sydney, zigzagging through some of New South Wales' finest remote national parks and wildlife reserves. I hope this video inspires others to get out and explore, as it is a ride that neither rider will soon forget. I am so excited. Let day one begin and let's start travelling west. I've just pulled over to the side shortly from home. I've filled up with fuel. Hopefully the camera can show this. It's 10 to 5 in the morning. 0 and 0 has been set on my odometer. I've also sent the boys a text. No need for a reply. I'm leaving in 10 minutes. See you at Wilcannia at the caravan park. Let the adventure begin. So day one for me, I am flying solo 900 kilometers out west, all via the tar, because at the end of the day, if you live in Australia and you want to go to the Outback, well, the Outback is very, very far away when you live on the coast. So I love the adventure rides where I start and finish at home on my trusty motorbike. So I want to break the back of this trip and get out to the Outback as quick as I can. So it's going to be a PB for me today. I don't know if that's a good PB, a personal best, but 900 kilometers, which will trump my 880 kilometers I've done in the past. I'm just traversing the Sydney Blue Mountains. I live on the east side of them and I've got to get on the west side. But like in true fashion, if I stop and put the weather on right now, it is not raining. But I can assure you, it is. And every time I do an adventure ride from home, on my bike, I get caught in rain leaving home. I know the Blue Mountains just absolutely loves me and likes to just leave a little bit of a lasting impression every time I try to get over them onto the other side. It's like I'm being a traitor or something. But anyway, you just got to embrace it and, and have a bit of a laugh, I guess. The Great Outback. I guess this is New South Wales version of saying, from beyond this point, you are officially in the Outback. I don't have any confirmation on such a thing, but I'll take it. I'm 500 kilometers into my trip on day one. I got 400 kilometers to go. My butt's killing me. My legs are going numb at times, but I'm loving life. I'm loving life. I'm just coming up to Cobar, and I've seen these bears hanging in the trees. I think they're meant to be koala bears, but a couple of them look like they're being hung, as in not alive. No doubt that's just to keep them in the trees, but this is pretty cool. Something to put a smile on the face whilst hitting all the tar. That's probably my favourite one right there. And only a few hundred metres down the road, we've got some angry birds and all sorts of critters in the trees. Oh, this is so cool. I gotta get a photo of this. I just love this sort of stuff. That's epic. My first dirt road at 885 kilometers, 12 hours on the bike, 5 through to almost 5. And I've got a few hundred meters of dirt road to get to my caravan park for night number 1. Oh, how good is that? Just getting a taste of what tomorrow is going to be all about. Oh, such good feeling to get a personal best in kilometers on this bike. Really awesome. And I'm feeling pretty fresh too, so that's really good. Here they are with a beer in the hand already. Mr. Rowan.
Hey buddy.
Hello mate, what's going on?
Made it.
You got a beer and everything?
One quick cold beer, yeah.
And a fly on your face, get rid of that.
Yeah. How'd you travel? Travelled well?
Yeah, beautiful.
Excellent.
We got Anthony up there. Let me park next to your bikes. Here are the other two bikes. We got the T7 Rowan over here's being a trader. He has got a DRZ400E, but he's brought this machine. Anthony, the legend, he's brought his DRZ400E, which we could have had a trio. We could have, but Rowan wanted to he wanted to go without. But it does look pretty good. So Warren and Anthony, I've just quickly unpacked, but they said there's a 6 metre in diameter tree to be seen out here. So we're straight back on the bike. So now my my longest day is going to become longer. It may very well be a 900 plus kilometre day, but we've got to go see the sights while we're here. That's what it's all about. Big red gum. Wow. Look at that. That's crazy. 1,100 kilometers from home, and we've made it to Broken Hill, what I'd be calling the gateway to all the dirt tracks from here on out for our trip. We're going to fill up with fuel, with water, very likely camping in the desert tonight. Alright guys, we're just about to hit the dirt tracks, and these two bikes are going really well. My bike, however, decided it's chewing around, I don't know, 3 to 4 litres more fuel per tank, and so I'm up shit creek. So it hasn't got a leak, we've established that. The carb is clearly just playing up on me for whatever reason. So I never thought I would have this, a fuel bladder on my front fender, but that'll do the job. And I'm back to carrying a jerry can because we're only on day 2. And we've got 500 kilometre stretches to do. So jerry can, fuel bladder, bike's overloaded. I got nowhere to sit again, but happy day, it's all good. Rowan's got the more casual attitude. He just tells me to relax more. So so we're going to relax more. All right boys, let's go. All right guys, so just when we thought our fuel issues were over, my bike looks like it does, but just as these boys have been giving me hell because my bike's playing up, Anthony's bladder's just split. So now we're trying to salvage fuel, and they because mine chews it, we're filling mine up, but that means I've got to keep carrying fuel, and we can't even get into the dirt yet. We just got fuel issues. We need that. Oh no. What are we gonna do?
I've got those 2 litre bottles. Well, do you want to fill the bottles first? And then...
This is just a shit show guys, but we're at the Silverton Hotel and this is all happening, so we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. This is where we're going. How cool is this? We've got fuel problems, we've got Lance's overloaded bike, we've got Rowan with a broken toe. Yeah, but 3 blokes are going to push on to the unknown. Spectacular. This is a very special moment for me, quite emotional I guess I could say, because I'm travelling along the western side of this mountain range that extends north from Broken Hill up towards Cameron's Corner. I'm following the track along the dingo fence or dog fence to Cameron's Corner. But this was the main track and a few others around the area that was my very first solo week-long adventure ride, which happens to be my very first video on YouTube. But I lost all of my footage in the Sturt National Park. I was naive, younger, had no idea what I was doing. The trip went just fine. However, I got home and when I realised I lost my footage, I was so gutted that I didn't bother making a video, and I wasn't going to bother pursuing anything on YouTube. But my wife talked me into putting together a video just of still shots on my camera, and I was like, no, I don't really want to do that. But anyway, the long history of it is that I ended up doing that, and that video got 20,000 views and really set the tone for my channel. But if it wasn't for my wife pushing, I would never ever have even bothered with YouTube or making videos. And it just goes to show how one little decision can make such a big change in your life, because this channel, this bike, sharing Australia bit by bit, my adventures with people, it is such a nice feeling to have people reach out and thank me for such things. So I'll continue to do that. But yeah, it could have been very different if it wasn't for my wife pushing me, that's for sure. I've forgotten that on this trail there's so many gates to open and close, and that was one of the things that I was filming in my original video, is how many gates there are to play around with. But it's funny how those things escape your memory as time goes by, but I'm reliving it. But I got guys to help me open and shut them, which is pretty cool. How spectacular is this? Look at the weather. Mother Nature has really blessed us on this trip, and I believe we got weather like this for the whole week. But just three dudes just covering the landscape. I love it. Come on, mate. You're gonna be roadkill. Come here. Yeah, there you go. Good on ya. Yeah, we got to help the animals, otherwise squish, and there's one less lizard in the world. Can't have that. I was wondering when I was going to see this place again, the Outback Library, Pine View Bush Library. Look at that. Take a book, leave a book. Oh, that looks like the real deal, just 4x4s.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I tell you what, all these gates are coming back to me real quickly. I would say we're on to number 20. We're not counting, but the boys are all saying the same. Geez, there's a lot of gates out here. It has to be about 20. Unbelievable. Here it is. The border. 4 years in the making when I was last here. And another gate. Oh my goodness. The dingo fence. It's pretty cool riding along this. I guess for me, I mean, it's just a dirt track in the Outback, I get that, but it's probably just the significance of the fence in a sense, like all the people that worked on it, kept it going. When it first started, the hard jacket it would have been to get such a thing out here. And even the guys and girls that keep it going today. Like, I can't imagine it being fun work. Alright, it's getting pretty late in the day, so we're going to find somewhere to camp just off the track behind some trees. We have no other option really, there's no campsites nearby apparently, so this will have to do. This will do us perfectly. Oh, epic. Right here, boys. Well, here we are, guys. This is what one of our campsites is going to be looking like. The sun's just going down, which is really cool to see. Got my tent, Rowan's tent, Anthony's tent. We might even get a bit of a campfire going, I reckon. But regardless, we're going to sit here, have a few drinks, have something to eat, and talk about today's adventures and go over the bikes. And tomorrow we do it all over again. That's what it's all about. Day in, day out. Let day 3 begin. Heading out to Cameron's Corner and then out to the Flinders Ranges Arkaroola. Once again, just a spectacular day. Yeah, really, can't ask for much more. Let's get amongst it. Oh, watch out on your right, Ant. Watch out. Oh, he wasn't watching. Just like that. Wow, that could have been bad. Kangaroos. Crazy. Our tracks are getting much sandier now. I don't know how Rowan's sitting and powering through it. Maybe the bigger bike helps him. But probably wish you had your DRZ, mate. Yeah, they punch through the sand. I know you'll be watching this back, Ant. How spectacular is this for your very first adventure ride? Beautiful stuff. Yeah, mate. Thumbs up. Vintage. A part of this trip for me is to relive some memories, and I don't know how I'm going to handle it. I feel like I'll probably get quite emotional like I normally do when I speak about my father, but about 3.5 to 4 years ago I did the Silverton crossing, and on the way out here and through the Yamaha Ranges I hung up 2 photos, and I said on those photos, if anyone reads these, please let me know on my channel that the photos are still hanging there. I put some coordinates up there, and I always promise to revisit those 2 sites. And there's a 3rd site out Popple Corner, but I'm not going there today. And I'm going to stop by finally to see if my little, I guess, mementos to my father are still hanging there. And yeah. Alright, according to my witch tree, I remember camping at the back there. I don't feel like it's there anymore. So I've just got the coordinates out, and I've established that it was this tree, which I thought it was as soon as I saw it, but I just wanted to confirm. But the photo, it's no longer there, sadly. I know it was there for about 2.5 years, which is pretty cool. But I remember when I was hitting it into the tree, I wasn't confident it was going to last long with how far I got the nail in using a dodgy rock. But no doubt he saw many travellers go along this road, which was the intention. And now my photo is probably blown away into the wilderness, stuck in a little scrub or something like that. But anyway, it was very worthwhile coming and stopping by, and that's one photo I know is no longer hanging up, so I better keep going and yeah, get a wriggle on. My poor dad, you're gone, mate, you're gone. Cameron's Corner, my old friend. It's been a while. It's my 3rd visit though. The first 2 visits were during that thing called COVID. What a disaster that was, but I had a great time. And welcome, Rowan, to Cameron's Corner for your first time on a motorbike. Indeed. South Australia welcomes us. I love this sort of stuff. Just getting amongst it. But anyway, gents, let's all put our hands on 3 different states. Ant's taking New South Wales because he lives in there, obviously.
Mighty Blues.
Mighty Blues. I've taken Queensland, that's where I broke down. I've got to revisit this place.
That's all I had left, so.
And you're taking the big South Australia.
Yep.
And beautiful.
Because that's where we've just entered into, really.
Yeah. How good's this, boys, eh?
Unreal.
Just getting it done, kilometre by kilometre. Perfect stuff. The track from Cameron's Corner to Strzelecki, I saw a few videos of late and was advised by the workers at Cameron's Corner pub that this track is in pretty bad nick, especially on the west side of the sand dunes, like this little thing here, and they get pretty bad. So ride with caution and take your time was the advice given, which we will adhere to. No point having a crash over something that can be avoided. It's a dingo. Hey buddy, that's pretty cool. On some of the dunes they've put some red flags. I mean, I'm filming October 2024. Oh wow, no thank you. That would feel so bad going into that stuff. I've done my knee. I think I've done my knee. I wasn't even coming fast through here and I got fucking thrown off just... I think I might have done my knee. My whole knee went crack. I wasn't even going fast, but I couldn't put my...
You just look after yourself.
I couldn't put my bum fucking back of this stupid fucking jerry can. Oh, that doesn't feel good. I had to just sit on it and I got thrown off. I was only doing maybe 40k. I knew it was coming too.
How do you feel?
I don't know. My whole leg got caught, it just went crack. It feels funky, but I don't know, really, I don't know. I'm bloody filming, saying how careful to be, and I didn't stand up, and I'm just... This is probably the last thing I'll film on this track because I'm just so worried about my knee at the moment. But have a look, if you're coming over the other side and that's what you fall into on your bike, you're a goner. And car. I'm surprised there isn't more notification of such a thing, but it is the real deal in terms of risk versus reward out here at the moment. And I've just become a casualty myself to it. This one here too, have a look at the washout. Oh my goodness. I never thought I'd be happy to say we're at the Strzelecki track, because what we just did totally sucked. My knee hurts. I never thought I'd say I'm happy to see the Strzelecki track, knowing what it's like, but screw that road.
How's the knee feeling?
Yeah, shit house. No, not good at all. I think what I'll do, we'll go to Arkaroola via Mount Hopeless Road, which is a bit of a technical track, sleep on it and see how the knee feels in the morning.
Sounds good. Because
I might not be here for fucking who knows how many years. Got to take the opportunity while I can. It's kind of hanging in there. Mount Hopeless Road is quite a long road, but given the name, what a pleasant surprise to have such a well-maintained track currently, compared to the two we've just been on. This is beautiful, really enjoyable when you've got something smooth with these open vast areas. They can really hum along. As you ride along this road and you've got the Gammon Ranges in the distance, like they slowly get closer, but it kind of feels like an unattainable destination. It's so far in the distance, and each passing kilometre doesn't do a whole heap in terms of visibility, but I know we'll get there. It's just such a wonderful, beautiful part of the world, so eager to explore it. Adventure rider, the Gammon and Flinders Ranges, it's a must-do location. It's a bucket list item for adventure riders, so I'm so privileged to be out here to share with two great guys. No doubt it will be better than anticipated as well, and just going to hopefully do it justice and bring it to the camera how I see fit. But I mean, have a look at that for some terrain that we're entering in. We were talking about the Strzelecki track, and it'll test all your bolts, and here we go. I reckon that's what's done the damage. It's done the damage there, and it's just finally fallen off.
The vibrator and snap this.
Yeah, that's the Strzelecki track, I reckon, mate.
Oh, well.
That's alright, we can live with that. We can live with that. We're only a few kilometres out from Arkaroola, and I'm just about to click over the 2,000 kilometres in 3 days of riding. Man, what an adventure we've had so far. Plenty more to go. So many kilometres have been travelled. How cool's this? Arkaroola's Stonehenge. It's been a long day. Fingers crossed for a room. If there's no room to be had, I don't know what the backup plan is. That's Future Lance's problem. So we arrived at Arkaroola yesterday afternoon. Unfortunately, they had no accommodation available in terms of a room, so we did paid camping, which is fine. We did get a meal at the pub, which was great, but I just wanted to sort of stay close to town to suss my knee out this morning. As of this morning, it's the same as yesterday, so it's not any worse. But I do have a numb heel when I stand on it for too long and a bit of a clicking feel. Hopefully nothing untoward, but I'll continue on the trip because I can. Otherwise, Flinders Ranges for the next 3 days. This is us, but if you're wondering where all the highlights are of the Flinders Ranges, don't be alarmed. There will be a standalone video for the Flinders Ranges as well, because there's so much to capture out here, whereas this video is more about the big adventure ride from Sydney back to Sydney. But there will be plenty of highlights of this area in this video as well. What I'm quickly establishing out here is it's torturous on the tyres. Every kilometre you do is just littered with rocks, which is expected, but when you're doing a ride where you've got to do thousands of kilometres to get to and from, we hope the tyres hold up, especially on the T7, because we know that's going to wear quicker than the smaller bikes. So far we're looking okay, but we've got 3 days of this sort of terrain, and rubber is going to be flicking off everywhere. Easy work. I rarely get the opportunity to film others and on such nice tracks, so it's a pleasure to watch what the bikes look like from up high. I guess I need to get a drone, that's what I need to get. Look at them go. Whilst I'm in the Flinders Ranges, I'm definitely going to do a detour to try to suss out my father's second photo. As you saw earlier in the video, I went to visit the first photo I hung up many years ago in the Sturt National Park, but Mother Nature has since taken that away. But I did get notification online only 2 months ago that somebody saw the second photo, which I'm about to see. I've got fuel issues, this is a major risk to detour, but I think I'll be okay. Was my campsite. I've just found a tree and he's no longer there. Have a look. I've just got one little bit left of him. He was right there for obviously a period of time for it to look like that, but the weather has just obliterated that laminated bit of paper. Oh, it's really depressing. Oh well, Fred, I never expected to come back this quickly to take your photo, but that was what you were meant to see and you did for many years. And Mother Nature's also taken that photo. That's really upsetting me. I'm not going to film any more of this. All good, the trip is awesome. I'm with two awesome blokes, and that photo was never meant to last anyway, so yeah, let's move on, eh? Alright everybody, it's night number 4, but I thought I'd film these two knuckleheads who keep farting, and they wonder why I solo ride, because I don't have to sit in stench. But they've came across these meals called on-track meals, which I've never heard of, but show me what you do.
Bag.
A bag?
This little white thing.
You chuck in, well, so it's a chemical thing, eh?
Chemical thing, add water.
Add water, how much?
60 mils. Put your meals in.
What, you chuck that in like that?
Yep.
Slow cooked Australian steak. You just chuck it in.
Sounds good. And mashed potato and pumpkin.
Yeah.
Just add water.
Watch this, it looks like a bomb's about to go off. But they do taste good.
Yeah.
So then you seal it, then what do you do to get it going?
The water will hit the bag and do its thing.
There we go.
Oh,
look at that.
Your one's eye.
Ooh.
I might have a dart.
It's like a bomb just goes off.
And you just wait 10 minutes.
So the advantage of these, no doubt, is you don't have to heat any water.
Having a cold meal.
But if you've got a dud like Ant's got,
No,
then
the other one took a minute the other night.
it might not work. So what, then it sits for 10 minutes?
No, she's starting to go now, she goes.
There we go, there we go. Look at that.
Yeah, it's steaming.
And how long does that have to sit there for?
10 minutes, and away you go.
Day 5 is underway. We didn't make it to Flinders Ranges yesterday, but this morning we're heading there and have a look at these red mountains that we're going to say goodbye to for now, and another splendid day of exploring to be had from us. Perfect temperatures, perfect weather, awesome stuff. I'm going to give this a shot at pronouncing Angorchina tourist village, and some long-awaited refueling and loading up on supplies for us weary adventurers. What's fuel cost here out of curiosity? Unleaded $2.27, that's pretty reasonable. It's 91. Premium $2.70 a litre. No dramas at all. I'm just standing here by my motorbike and this snake just came right up to my feet. Fair dinkum. Oh, that's some sort of brown snake or what? Oh, he's rearing up right between my bloody boots at the petrol station. I just got wind of this nice hill up there. There's a car perhaps stuck on it. Oh, I wonder if we should pump up that quickly. Alright boys, we've got a detour. Hopefully my Victorian high country skills will come into play. Come on, Sally. You need a one-wheel drive car, man. Called a Sally. Woo! Come on, Rowan. You can do it on the T7, bro. Come on. Come on. Oh, nice. All right, come on, Sally. Light work. Oh, maybe sit down for this bit. A bit loose. Sketchy. Oh, I love my bike. It takes me all over the place. On you, Sally. This is a lovely, lovely windy road. If you wanted to go hooning, you could. Bit risky with the oncoming traffic, but definitely some fun to be had. Really nice tight feeling in terms of a fire trail sized track. Fantastic to ride along. I really hope the GoPro is doing everything justice out here. I really want to be able to bring to the screen what I'm seeing and experiencing the best I can. Skytrek Willow Spring Station. I must say though, Skytrek is living up to its expectations. Out of all the paid routes I've done around here, this has by far got the the most spectacular entrance. This is private property already, but just winding down this road to get there is it's setting the tone for a pretty cool loop to be done, that's for sure. The anticipation. I've seen plenty of stuff online about this trek, and I'm very keen to do it myself. Very keen indeed. That's pretty cool. Where are we going here? Caretaker Sky Trek. Look at that metal eagle of some sort. It's a motorbike down there, a big GS. Oh, Kangas. Whilst I watch Rowan and Ant come along, even by just watching them approach me, you get an understanding of how vast the land is, because I can't hear their bikes yet, and it feels like it's taken them forever to approach me, but here they come. Just lovely, lovely winding roads. A big T7. Out of here. And a fellow DRZ. On your Ant. Go, Rowan. Easy work, mate. Yeah, this is what we're talking about. I'd like to be in second gear and going a bit faster, but I want to be able to film Rowan on his T7. So I just have to engage tractor mode. Go, Rowan. Good hill. We're just heading out the Flinders Ranges now and heading towards Yunta and Menindee via the dirt roads. I've got no idea what to expect and what type of conditions the roads will be in. We're just shy of 3,000 kilometres for 5.5 days riding thus far. But we've still got plenty and plenty of action to go, and a fair bit of national parks to explore in the New South Wales Outback as well. But what an awesome time we've had out here, and no doubt some more awesome days ahead of us. Pretty keen to see what occurs. It simply doesn't get old looking and riding through such landscapes. To think that I'm 1,300 to 1,400 kilometres east of here is where I live, and I've still got to get there in 2.5 days, otherwise I'm in big trouble from the wife. No ifs or buts, I've got to get there, but that's the sign I've been looking for. Yunta, 190 kilometres, sharp left at Martinswell Rangeland Reserve. That's pretty cool. Just this remote little spot, farm. It's been spectacular roads so far though, no dramas with the conditions of the roads. As we progress towards Yunta, the landscape has flattened out dramatically. We're on awesome trails, but there's no more hills, mountains, just flat, and some more flatness. Very dusty though, so we're trying to give each other plenty of room, because you're just sucking in the dust, which is no good for the air filters and whatnot. But yeah, those mountains, they dissipate pretty quickly. Flying next to me, that's awesome. Hey mate, oh we've got emus too. Oh, you silly birds. What are you doing? Come on, duck in front of me. You crazy animals. You travel these big remote red dirt tracks for hundreds of kilometres, and you feel so insignificant and so lost in the grand scheme of things, and you feel like you're the only one out here. and then you come across a massive homestead, a farm of some sort, and then you realise, well, not really, because someone's actually living here, living this far out, 144 kilometres out from Yunta, and they're doing just fine. Here on my motorbike worrying about getting lost or travelling through and not panning out, and you've got people bloody living here. It's just, it blows my mind that some people just do it so differently to most. Definitely not the norm, but good on you. We're just on a 100-kilometre stretch of tar out to Yunta. I wasn't expecting tar, but I'm so glad it's come when it has, because we've got a shocking crosswind and I'm dead set riding like, oh my goodness, I am riding on an angle like this, and if you've got to stay in the middle of the road, it just blows you straight off. I spoke too soon, we actually are back on the dirt, so this will probably be the last of my filming until I get to Yunta, because of the crosswind. It's too dangerous to take your hand off the handlebar. It's so strong. You can tell by Rowan up ahead, his dirt is blowing straight away off the track. But I'll turn the camera off and I'll pick up the filming when things slow down a little bit. We're getting closer to Yunta, and the wind's died off somewhat, which is really nice. But my riding buddy on the right here, Rowan, he has to go home via Vatar from Yunta. He has to be at the NRL Grand Final, I believe, whereas Anthony and I are going to continue on. But it's been a pleasure, old boy. It's been a pleasure. We've arrived at the town of Yunta. I've never been here before, but boy oh boy am I glad to see you. Refuel, resupply, and have a break from that horrific stretch. That was horrendous in terms of the corrugations, crosswinds, overtaking road trains, maintaining pace, pushing on forward. Oh man, we've just knocked over our 3,000th kilometre, and Rowan, I'm going to say goodbye shortly. He's going to head home via Vatar because he's got things to do. But have a look at the 606, doing pretty good on the smaller bike. I've got the Rock Rider Midas, also doing pretty good. But then the poor T7, the bigger bike, have a look at this. It's just flogged out. And to be honest, it's probably best that Rowan's no longer doing any dirt, because there's not much traction to be had on this sucker. But that's what happens with the bigger bikes. They just they wear the tyres out much quicker, unlike the smaller DRZ type bikes. Alright guys, so Ant and I are going to continue on our journey, but Rowan, you got to head home, bro. It's been a pleasure.
It has been. It's been unreal.
Look after your tyre.
Not much of it left.
I know. And I hear you want to give a shout out to somebody, mate.
Yeah, I'd like to give our motorbike mechanic and always motorbike mechanic, VC Motor Service, a quick shout out.
VC Moto Service, yeah.
Down in Minto, they've helped us out. He's prepped all my bike for me before I come away and hasn't let me down.
What's his name?
Steve.
Steve from VC Moto Service in Minto. Yeah. Thanks for getting Ant's DRZ and the T7. Hey, they've done the job. Whilst we've bidded our farewells to Rowan and the T7, Ant and I are going to seek out the unknown and try and cross into New South Wales. Well, not try, we're going to cross into New South Wales via a remote outback road, and it's in the dirt, so zero information about this other than it says on my maps we can do it. So yeah, pretty excited. We're just going to get as far as we can before the sun goes down, so we can set ourselves up for a good day tomorrow. Otherwise we're going to fall behind in our itineraries. Well, Ant, I can assure you, if the unknown ahead of us remains like this, we have came across a hidden gem, my friend. A hidden gem. We are battling some winds, but the DRZs will get the job done. Oh, unbelievable terrain. Very smooth road thus far, so fingers crossed. Would you just have a look at the vast plains ahead? This is fantastic. It is littered with emus, kangaroos, shinglebacks, bearded dragons, eagles, and then obviously the farm type animals. But there's just so much land out here, so much. Just two Suzuki DRZ400Es, one known as Sally, one known as Shazza, just rounding up the wildlife. Well, Ant and I need to find camp. There are no campgrounds for hundreds of kilometres, it turns out. So we just need to get off the main track and into some clearings and do what we've got to do. Plenty of firewood to be had, that's for sure. Look at this. This is going to work out really well. Right here. So Ant and I decided to stop at the perfect time. By the time we've nearly set up, the sun's getting pretty low in the sky, so heaps of kangaroos and whatnot were jumping in front of us, but I'm set up here, Ant is set up there. We've got plenty of firewood to be had, so we're going to have a great little fire tonight. And for once, the ground is super soft, so the pegs went straight in. Ant and I are getting closer and closer to that random gate that allows us to cross into New South Wales. The only reason why it's on the route is because I thought, you know what, I don't want to do the tar, and that looks like a pretty cool place to cross back into the home state. Although it is just a gate on a dirt road, it's got a bit of excitement attached to it. It really does. Here she is, Anthony. We're about to cross into New South Wales. Is there a gate or is there not a gate? Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. This is what this 200-kilometre detour's been all about. South Australia. It has been an absolute pleasure. But it's time to head back to the home state. On a positive note, I'm glad this is actually open and doable. It would have been a long trip back if not. Wow, that's pretty cool. Not too many people cross here, I don't think.
Definitely not, mate.
Not too many people at all. South Australia, I'll be back. I'll be back. If anyone's keen on this this crossing, Eastern Road, as of late 2024, it's hundreds of kilometres. It is in perfect conditions. Unfortunately, our road into New South Wales is it's smooth, but we're into the loose sands. Stand up, lean back, throttle the whole time. It's not too deep, but a few sketchy bits. Definitely keeps you awake. there's no getting tired in this sort of riding. No sirree. Here we go. I've been waiting a while to see a shingleback. I've seen a few, but unfortunately I've missed them. Have a look at this cheeky bugger. What are you doing, mate? Hello. You have got one big head. Oh, you can smell the food on me. What are you doing coming closer? Uh-oh. Hello. You're one cool reptile, my friend. Oh, you're a legend. I've been into Tachiga National Park near Menindee 2 times now. The first time, all the lakes were bone dry as if water never existed. The second time, they were overflowing, teeming of life like water has always been here. And now the third time, entering via the south, which I've never done, it appears we've still got water, but I'll be very keen to see what sort of levels. It's an amazing place, and every year it's so different. The question has been answered. There is water indeed, and bucket loads of it. Oh, so cool. She is full. Oh, what a pleasure. What a pleasure. This can be dry for like decades at a time, I believe. But it's had plenty of water in it the last few years. What a sight. How weird of a feeling is this? We've got a massive tailwind. It appears that we're following a car, but in actual fact, that's the wind blowing the dirt down the track. and as a result we're doing 110 kilometers an hour quite easily on my DRZs, but you can't really see up ahead and you never quite overtake the dirt. Well, there we go. That was an amazing experience actually. I've never had that before. I quite often get asked why I don't just tow my bike to a location, do a big loop and drive home, and I have done that in the past, but when the opportunity presents itself and I've got the time, it's all too inviting to leave from home, finish from home, and put full trust in your motorcycle to get the job done. And then it keeps the adventure going right up until the last day. And then in typical fashion, if you live in Sydney, the last 300 or 400 kilometers is all tar. That's my time to reflect back on the trip, learn what I need to learn, start planning my other locations based on what I saw, and really just wind down before getting home and back into the grind of city life. After hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kilometers traveling east from the Flinders Ranges over relatively flat ground, we find ourselves in the middle of New South Wales, and Yunta Nature Reserve just pops up out of nowhere, which we'll be traveling straight through. And it's really well protected, really popular for bird watching, and yeah, it's pretty unique really. Just this mountain range amongst flatness, awesome to be a part of. It's our last day of riding today, sadly. I'm also excited to get home to see the family, but perfect temperatures, perfect weather once again, travelling through Yunta Nature Reserve. But at this point in time, I feel that I've caught the essence of the adventure ride. I've still got 600 kilometres to get home, 200 of which is still dirt. That's going to make it 4,380 kilometres in 8 days of travel. And it's just been an epic adventure ride. I'd like to say thank you to Anthony and Rowan for wowzers tagging along. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. Here comes an emu. Oh, heaps of emus. I'd like to say thank you to Motorcycle Tyre Warehouse for supplying my tyres. I'd like to say thank you to Explore Oz for supplying the navigation. And most importantly, I'd like to say thank you to Australia for the locations, for the perfect weather, and for the freedom to allow us to just travel through this landscape. And one thing has been very apparent in this video, in this adventure. One thing has stood out amongst all. Outback Australia is very much alive, and there are animals everywhere. On that note guys, I'm going to leave you at that. I'll leave you some footage of Yunta Nature Reserve to wind out this video. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment, and I'll see you all on my next adventure.